The New York and Los Angeles Weekly Times voted the Yo Show a top 50 show in the world. Come check out why Tuesdays and Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. The Mighty Defiant, Viva la Revolution. I'll turn that one down. And we'll pause it off and thank the fellas. And after an amazing weekend, of course, we had to get Defiant on there. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tuesday night. And ooh, what a cold Tuesday night. Oh, my goodness. Defiant with Viva la Revolution to begin the song. I want to thank those guys for an awesome weekend. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Tonight, it's Tuesday. We are 100% live here on the Yo Show. We've got a ton to talk about after a tremendous weekend. Both music and sports and life. And then tonight, around 8:30, one of my favorite dudes. Known this guy a long time through social media. Met him a couple times. Great guy. And I started to really become a big fan of his band. Saw him at Broken Goblet a little while back, which is one of my favorite venues in the area. And we need to pump that up, man. We got rival love drafts out there in Central PA with little Broken Goblet down here. Anyway, coming up 8:30 tonight, the band is Life After Last. Their guitarist is also Mr. Rob Harris. Great post by Rob. Probably that same show I was at. He's like, dude, use this picture. Rob, awesome guitarist. Super cool dude to be with us at 8:30 tonight. Jason Rushman is already in the house. Yo, what's up, Jeff? You're right, it's freezing. Sounds like you're feeling a lot better than last week. I am, but I am cold. I am very cold. There's tissues down here somewhere, I think. There was, in case my nose takes off. I'll figure something out. But we're 100% live here. And like I said, this is the Yo Show. Jeff the Shark Perney with you. No co-host again tonight. I've been asking. And some are giving me the maybes. But nothing tonight. And Cheyenne is sick. We give our well wishes to Cheyenne. Of course, Jewel Tady, your seat is always warm whenever you're ready for it. Come get us. Massive thanks to last week's guest, the awesome band, the Grim Jacks. They were out here making it happen. Having a great time. New music coming up from those guys. And we'll see them live soon at the Fuge in Warminster. My mustache is so freaking crooked. But like I said, Rob Harris from Life After Last around 8:30 this evening. Share some messages with Rob. And yeah, man, we're ready to go tonight. He's ready to go. Awesome musician. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5. 5 songs from this awesome metal band from their 2013 EP. So we'll get to that shortly. Man, a lot of rest in pieces. A lot of people we lost the last couple of days. Of course, Mr. Baseball, Bob Uecker. The man who kind of turned being terrible into baseball into a little bit of a career, if you will. Wasn't a great player, but became a great commentator and a comedian and actor and all that great stuff. And even appeared in WrestleMania. A lot of great praise from people in the wrestling world, WWE, saying how great a guy he was, how nice he was, how kind he was, how great he was to work for. We are certainly going to miss the great Bob Uecker, Mr. Baseball. Sounds of Phoenix was awesome Saturday. Missed that, man. I know my man Freedom King Films, Derek, gets out there, man, and he kind of works the other side of town. I work this way, he works that way. Keep an eye on some great local music. But rest in peace to the great Bob Uecker. Also, David Lynch. Rather unusual character. 78 years old, the creator, of course, of Twin Peaks, the very creepy series Mulholland Drive, Eraserhead, Dune, Blue Velvet, The Elephant Man, which scared the hell out of me. 78 years old. David Lynch, rest in peace. Lost a few good people here. And they say it happens in threes. Let's hope not. A duo, two girls acoustic. I like that. I like acoustic. I like female singers. I like all that stuff. We love everything here at the Yo Show. So, yeah, rest in peace to those two. Again, Rob Harris at 8:30. We're going to get ready to do a song real quick. But before we do, of course, our Philadelphia Eagles beat those Los Angeles Rams and Saquon Barkley. What a game. This guy's on MVP. I don't know who is. Carried this team on his back. Now, I know playoff stats don't count towards regular season MVP stats, but this guy is carrying this team on his back. And the amazing thing I saw the video, before his second touchdown, the big one, the 70-some yarder, he turns to Jalen Hurts and says, watch this. Dude knows. Dude sees. Dude is a god right now. A god amongst men. Congratulations to the Eagles. Next up, Washington Commanders this Sunday, 3 o'clock. Division rival, tough one. Rookie Jaden Daniels and a much improved offense. It's going to be a super showdown, man. Our Eagles are ready for it for sure. Barkley is not human. He can run, and no one can catch him. Right? It seems like he got faster and faster as that game went. And to think he's had 2 bad knees. 2 bad knee injuries. Yeah. Eagles Commanders this Sunday. Of course, the Bills and the Chiefs will relive their old rivalry. It's kind of like Manning and Tom Brady all over again. Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. Pulling for Josh. Definitely pulling for the Eagles. Rooting for him big time here. We'll talk a little bit about that later on as well. Let's get some music going on. Got some people hanging out in here. And if you're a fan of hard rock, metal, etc., this band is super cool. We're going to play their song from 2023, The Dark Horizon, because new stuff is coming, but we don't have enough yet. So we'll play some of the older stuff. Life After Last. Tonight's guest, Rob Harris. This is The Dark Horizon, which I started to. This is The Dark Horizon. Let's blow that up. Let's get it on here. About 3 minutes and 45 seconds. We'll be back in a few minutes. Right here. Enjoy Tuesday Night Live. This is the Yo Show.
Turn your back on the dark horizon. Swallow away, your silence is a killer.
Oh, yeah, Red Hot from 2023. And tonight's guest, Life After Last, Rob Harris, around 8:30. Dark Horizon, a goodie. An electric one. Hard metal. I didn't even know for a while that Rob played guitar when I first started following on social media. You know, you just start to get people that are cool with other people and etc. Next thing you're following. Next thing you see him in action, you're like, man, this guy kicks ass. Kinsey King in the house. Great local singer, artist, performer, you name it. Kinsey in the house. And yeah, so excited to have Rob on the program. Again, a great song right there from Life After Last. We pretty much have the whole EP lined up to play throughout the evening. Once again, of course, I want to talk about this before we go on with anything else tonight. And that was this past weekend at XL Live. And what a show. 5 amazing bands played. Lives Lost, Light the Lamp, who first time seeing them, love them. Ruinous. 6th Century, unfortunately, did not make it. They had a last-second cancellation. And, of course, Defiant. And we played Defiant's song, Viva la Revolution, to start the song. And I got a message a couple days ago from Joe Defiant and said, hey, man, how about introducing us on stage? Well, of course, I'm geeked, excited for it. Several hundred people in attendance, nice crowd, nice venue, the XL Live in Harrisburg, nice bar, excellent service. The servers were terrific. Little food kitchen there, some great merchandise on sale. In fact, we grabbed a copy of the brand new one from Defiant, Bastards of the Earth. It's out. Get it. This thing was $5 measly for this beautiful lineup of songs from this beautiful band. So big thanks to Joe and the guys from Defiant. Thanks, of course, to Tanis and the gang over there at Lives Lost. Massive thanks to former Yosho guest Ariana and, of course, Ruinous. And a big thanks to the new guys, Light the Lamp. They've been around. They're not new guys. They've been around. But first time seeing them. Absolutely love them. Rob Harris chiming in. What's up, friends? Looking forward to chatting at 8:30. Looking forward to it as well, Rob. It's actually Rob with 2 B's. I put one with Rob with 1 B. I suck at this job. Been doing it many years. Still suck at it. Forgive me, Rob. Rob's a big dude, so let's hope he forgives me. He's awesome. See him around 8:30. Now, about 15 minutes, they said we played the one song. And, of course, this past weekend, man, and we're having Rob here tonight. That past weekend with Defiant and the gang from Central PA, and seeing like some of the people who were liking and commenting on Rob's post. Of course, John from St. Ricketts, who normally does our theme song. Sometimes we change it up to get some people some play. But with Fire Cannot Burn and The Catalyst and all them great songs, John and Rob. And, of course, Lives Lost, Tanis. I saw Rob at their show here at the Z-Lock over in Newtown. That's where I picked up this Crooked Ways sweatshirt hoodie here. As a matter of fact, it was Crooked Ways, Lives Lost, 6th Century. Rob was there hanging out. Awesome show. And like I said, man, if you're a musician, artist, go see your fellow friends, musicians, artists play because it's important, man. We're building a community, and I know Rob's been in this community for a while and plays. He loves the band. He loves his music. So, yeah, man, keep building that community. Like I said, we're doing shows at the Fuge once a month. Central PA, this XL Live thing is fantastic. Other places now, the local scenes, the original music seems to be getting a little more out there, more bars and venues and breweries want a little taste of it. We know Sweeney's has been doing a lot with it. We appreciate that. Of course, Atlanta Brocus, our good friend, does a lot with it. The Fuge, of course, doing some great stuff. McStew's over here locally in Bucks County, starting to do some things, Broken Goblet and all that. So, come on, man, let's keep building this scene. I love going out to shows. I want more. I can never get enough. I could do this every freaking weekend. In fact, I am doing it all weekend. Friday night, Milo Sky and others at the Rusty Nail in Ardmore. Saturday night, our good friends from Up 24 and Cat Rivers music as well at the Rusty Nail. Saturday night. So you got Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday we do football. But it's busy, man. Let's get music rolling. Our good friend Chris Griner, just Chris. Thursday night, the Sweeney's Original Music Battle of the Bands. This Thursday, Sweeney's. So Yeah, man, it's definitely Then it snowed. That's okay. It snowed after I got out. Well, on my way home from Harrisburg, it snowed a little bit. Not too bad. Support that local music, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to talk about Sunday. We're going to talk about snow. We're going to talk about those Philadelphia Eagles. And I got to tell you, the road continues after an exciting little nail biter this past weekend over those Los Angeles Rams. The Rams talked so much smack, ran their mouths so deeply. And what we did with the rerun, Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley. I'll say it over and over again. Who this coming week goes against one of the lower seeded defenses in the league in Washington Commanders. And the last 2 times out, Barkley's done well against them. But Jalen Hurts with the bad knee. Hurts, bad knee. Gotta wonder how healthy he's going to be and what Barkley can do. But it is going to be a great game. His Commanders are tough. Jaden Daniels, of course, the young rookie, has been doing great things. They spanked Detroit this past weekend, as I couldn't believe. And now the matchup, the NFC Championship, another visit for those Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship. And the winner, of course, will play the winner of the Bills and the Chiefs. And, of course, we're pushing for Josh Allen. Don't care what anybody says. Josh Allen this year. But we want the Eagles to win it all. And Saquon has been awesome. The defense has been awesome. Quinyon Mitchell suffered an injury. They say at the moment he looks good, and he should be ready to play this weekend. Carter was absolutely amazing in the middle. Zach Bond and the linebackers still finding their way to make great plays. Darius Slay made some big plays. I said Saquon, of course, Hurts with the knees, still making big plays. Had a great touchdown run. Eagles are red hot right now. The city is pumped up. Sunday, 3 o'clock, Eagles, Commanders. Holy crap. It's going to be big. So excited for it. I can't stand it. What a crazy game indeed. The snow hindered it. A lot of the LA fans said, if it wasn't for snow, we would have beat you. Well, guess what? Both teams played in the snow. It snowed on both sides of the stadium. Both teams had to play in it. And you can't say, well, Philly's better than it. I mean, these guys all didn't grow up in Philly in the snow. They're guys from all over. Just like LA. Sure, there's plenty of guys that played in the snow. So let's not go through all that. All right, let's go to this. Sunday, 3 o'clock, NFC Championship. It's not the Rams. It's not the Lions. It's not the Vikings. It's not the Packers. It is the Eagles and the Washington Commanders. Come on, birds. Let's get it. The Final Four is here. Eagles, Commanders, Bills, Chiefs. This Sunday. You know, I love Championship Sunday. There's a game at 3. There's a game at like 6:30. And then by the end, it's like 10 o'clock at night. And you've been burned out with awesome championship football. Winner goes to the Super Bowl. That game is going to be February. And guess what? I just realized today at work, as I get my whole schedule for the year, I'm off the Monday after the Super Bowl. Sweet. Hopefully the Eagles get in there because I'm going to need it. Whew. All right, who's ready for another song? I am. I'm psyched up. I'm going to get a lot of music in here tonight. Life After Last. Rob Harris will be here around 9:30. This is a Great Escape. Let's play this one right here from their 2023 EP. Another great song, Life After Last. 3 minutes and 22 seconds. We'll be back live Tuesday night. Another awesome The Yo Show. Stick around.
really trying to save myself. I was really trying to save myself. To myself, thinking I could save you. I watch you fly away. Didn't think that it would end this way. Thought you were led astray. Now I know that it was just your grace. I watch you fly away till they said it was thinking I could save. Thought you were led astray. They said all that it was just your greatest escape. I was really trying to save myself.
All right, great escape. Life after last, I get stoked. You know, my wife, and I shouldn't say this with Rob coming on, but I'll say it. And you know, I had health scare a couple years back, and my cardiologist is like, "Give me some exercise, man. Give me 30 minutes a day, 3 days a week, to do a little cardio and a little something to get yourself in shape." And I'm like, oh, God, the thought of working all day and going to the gym. And my wife's begging me. My wife said, "Go to the gym. Go with me. Let's go together." My wife, of course, is a nurse, knows about this stuff. She says, "Go with me. Let's go." And I'm like, man, what am I going to do? I'm going to sit there and put my headphones on. And then I'm thinking all the music from local PA that I can play and listen to, as well as around the world. And then I think of like this stuff. Life After Last, Rob Harris. Whew, that would pump me up, man. That might be the stuff. Tonight we might have found the secret serum, if you will, to get my ass to the gym. Life After Last. Great stuff, Rob. I love it. Can't wait. Rob will be out in a few minutes, as he told us. Rob Harris is a true legend. Love this dude. True Poco in the house. Love Rob, man, and I love the band. Love the sound. I love, and we'll talk about. We'll wait to talk about with Rob, because I'm gonna get in like we always do, kind of dive into the band and the creativity and the artist, because it's not really about us. It's about them. This is like the artist or the band or whoever shows up. This is their half hour, like we always say. And yeah, I'll ask some questions and maybe chat a little bit about myself for like a minute of the 25 to 30 minutes we do. But yeah, man, it's about the artist, and we're going to hear some great stuff, and I'm excited about it. But cardiologist told me I'm doing better, but I need to do a little more. Once a little cardio, once a little workout, once 30 minutes a day, 3 days a week, he said. He also said to cut out soda, which I have. Haven't had a soda since. I know I'm drinking a little bit of booze. I do it on the show. But no soda. He said to cut back on red meat. It's a killer. Killer. He says pork, which is the white meat. Not bad. Gotta find the right cut, of course. Everything is in the right cut also. Pork. Fish. He tells me find a fish. I care for fish. I don't like fish. My cardiologist said find a fish. Alright. There's fish out there that I like and I can eat. Of course, white meat, poultry, chicken, turkey, etc. Stuff like that. Yeah, we'll sneak a little tip off for Rob when he gets out here at 8:30. As he said so kindly in our comment section. I love that. I love when people just start prepping themselves. And we've had some people that go backstage at like 8 and sit there and listen to themselves the whole time, or listen to me the whole time going about them. That's cool too. Whatever works for you. We've been doing this, this is episode, I forgot to put the episode at the top. Probably like 332, I think. And year 8, I believe. And I'll tell you, doing this, and they say usually there's a co-host. We've had some cool ones. Hollow Intent with an A. Hello to Hollow Intent. Welcome to the program. We do this, like I said, every Tuesday and Wednesday night. Tomorrow night we'll be here 8 o'clock as well. Former Sixth Century drummer and solo project now Brady Hearn will be our special guest. So don't forget to check us out tomorrow night as well. Rob Harris coming out in a minute from Life After Last. And like I said, we do this program here. We do it 2 nights a week. And we have a lot of fun. We talk about these local artists. And, you know, as I've been saying, I'm stopping to use the term local artist because like Rob and a lot of these bands we talked about with the Grimjacks last week, etc., their music is on Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube. So it's being seen by anybody in the world pretty much. So enough of my favorite local bands, like one of my favorite bands in the world, because your music is getting out there to everybody. And the more you share it, the more they'll see it. Right? I mean, something like that. We're having a great night here. Except Tuesday night, Rob Harris from Life After Last. Any minute now. And like I said again, a shout out to the guys if they happen to watch or catch us, to the guys from St. Ricketts, of course, Eric and Tom and John. We have loved and appreciated your music. The team over at the Fuse that does the Key Concert Series has been asking me when St. Ricketts is going to get back together and play our stage. So I'll let you guys know it's available. The offer's out there. And we just did a metal. If we ever do a metal night again, I'd love to invite Rob and the guys to come on out too. We're doing a great thing as we do different kind of projects for the local music scene. And we freaking love it, man. I can't get enough of it. And I can't get enough of this music. And I've been playing it all week long, anticipating this, of course, Life After Last. And I know there's new stuff coming, but I have been just playing that EP to death. My ride to work, my ride home to work. Love the sound. Love the tough riffs and beats. It's awesome. Let's bring out our special guest tonight. Thumbs up if you're ready. 2 thumbs up. That's how fucking ready he is. This dude's awesome. All right, coming up, my special guest tonight is the amazing guitar player from the band Life After Last. Super cool guy, local dude to our area, and I'm super excited to have him on. We've been playing this for a while. Finally got him out here, everybody. Let's give it up for Mr. Rob Harris in the house. Rob, what's up, dude?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Awesome, dude. It's great to see you. First of all, your sound and your setup is friggin' amazing, so thank you for that.
I had a little technical difficulty for a minute there, but I fixed it.
It wouldn't be Tuesday night. It wouldn't be Tuesday night in the Yo Show without somebody having a little technical. It sounds easy, but it's not that easy. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I'm not really good with the whole computer stuff. All my guys will tell you that in my band. I always make them do everything. I'm like, dude, I just play riffs, man. You guys,
I hear you. And that's enough intelligence. It is. Like I said, my wife got me a Rodecaster, which is supposed to improve this and take it on the road. A new special microphone and another program, and I'm like, okay, maybe sometime next year.
You got a cool little setup back there. You know?
Thanks, man. I enjoy it. I got a big cluster. Nobody sees the cluster and the mess. They just see this little piece, which is great. And your setup is super cool. Love it, man. And look, dude, after all this time we've known each other, we've mentioned this in the past. Thank you for finally taking the time to come out with us. We're glad to have you.
Of course, man. I appreciate everything you do for the scene, man. We always catch each other at shows when we're just going around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think after COVID, a lot of the logo stuff, man, or the original stuff kind of died down for a little bit. It felt like we lost a lot of venues and everything, you know? So it's good to see bands back out there, people like you supporting the scene and everything. So, man, thank you a lot. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, dude. Matter of fact, I bought this hoodie the night I saw you last over at the Z-Lock in Newtown.
Oh, yeah.
Crooked Ways, Lives Lost, Sixth Century. And my wife's like, who's that? I'm like, that's Rob Harris. He plays guitar. And it's just amazing how in this community you see so many people out there and rock stars supporting rock stars. Tell me, man, how does it feel for you to go out and see these bands, and how great is it to have these bands do it in return, come out and check you out?
Well, I mean, yeah, man, there's a lot of talent I feel in PA just in general. It doesn't get out there because we're so oversaturated with so much music now with the internet and everything that you have to go out to a lot of these shows to catch bands that you might have never even heard of. You know, like you'd speak of like Lives Lost and stuff like that, Sixth Century, like I'm friends with those guys. amazing bands, a lot of other good bands. Like Making a Mockery is a pretty good band that I've ran into recently. They have a lot of good stuff. I want to get out for more shows and be more part of the community. It's just a matter of time, just finding, when these shows are kind of close. A lot of them are, like I said, Philadelphia doesn't have a lot of venues anymore. So
True.
a lot of people are playing on the outskirts pretty far out. You got, stuff out in Harrisburg now, and, you got the Love Drafts and like all that stuff. So you got to really kind of go outward in order to see bands now. As far as I know, there's not really a lot of metal bands that I see playing Philadelphia anymore as of recently, since we've been active again. So, I try to get out when I can for sure, though.
I agree. And, guys like you and Matt DeFabio is another guy who I've had a lot of talk with for years. And, Broken Goblet is that super kind of place that can be the new Love Drafts. And you can bring Central PA down to the Philly and Bucks County bands, kind of mesh that together and make PA one giant scene instead of like I said, sections. Because you got to travel sometimes to see some of these bands, and they're worth it.
Yeah, I've been in talks with like a lot of the bands. A lot of my guys in the band are from different areas too, and we've talked about bringing people down to our area and vice versa to try to help the scene a little bit, try to be a little bit more regional in different areas. Because, like I said, you guys, we got to help each other out. It's not really a competition. It's a one big giant happy local family, and we should all be supporting each other because it's hard enough as it is, like I said, to find places. So, I've been in the talks with a whole bunch of bands ever since, like I said, we got active again. And I've met like people through online by checking them out. And, they definitely want to trade shows. And I think you're going to see that a lot this coming year. I see a lot of bands are getting ready to put out new music. We're one of them, obviously. We're getting ready for some new music to come out probably in the next, hopefully month, I'm guessing.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we're working. We've been working kind of in silent after that show. We had to get a lot of things together as a unit. Writing some stuff with some really good guys. My friend Drew, who's on here now, who called me a legend. He's an amazing producer out in Connecticut. He's helped us out a lot. So, like I said, it's about maybe just like bringing everything together at this point.
All right. I like that a lot, man. I definitely love the idea. And like I said, there are places here that are a little more limited. Maybe that's for the better, though. Broken Goblet, and like I said, Love Drafts, like places that it becomes an event to get to. Like I said, when I saw you guys last at your show recently, Broken Goblet, it's like an event now. It's not just like, oh yeah, the Goblet's got some bands tonight. Nice approach, you think, to kind of leave people wanting it, or do you think every weekend it should be just pounding out? What's your preference if you had to pick?
I mean, I think bands should spread it out, if anything, if you want like a good crowd most of the time. I mean, back early in my playing days when obviously, when I was playing with John was in 13 Even and stuff, we would do shows like every week, man.
Oh, man.
And then we wonder why there's only like 15 people, you know what I mean? And then you play one good show where there'd be like, 200, 100 people. And then you'd be like, awesome. Then you're like, oh, well, we're playing next Friday too. So it was like the bands were just hanging out playing for each other. It was like almost like a live practice, So, people in our band has already discussed like not playing Philadelphia too much because we would rather have a big crowd like we did at the Goblet.
Yeah.
We bring 200-300 people out for a show. It's actually more energy, and then we want people to want to see us. We don't want to give them a product every week because then, what I'm saying, at that point, it's like they're going to hear the same song. So, we've been writing a lot too as a band, more probably in the last, I don't know, since the show than we have in the last couple of years. So we have a lot of material being pushed for this year. We have a lot. We'll be dropping some news real soon about that as well. But I'm totally think that. I mean, if you play different areas, like you said, you link up with people in different areas. It's okay to rotate that. But I think what you kind of have to do at this point is play, shows that are worthwhile. You know what I mean? As opposed to just going to the local, not trying to knock a place, but I'm saying just to go to a bar to play a bar in front of nobody who's really going to value your music, probably so.
That's the key, getting the music valued. And, once again, I know I'm overwhelming it, but a shout out to the Broken Goblet and Love Drafts. They make music an event instead of, like I said, just, let's go to the bar and see bands, which is really cool. And I love seeing you guys out there. Speaking of music and stuff you have done, we played a couple from Dark Horizon. Dude, it's fucking awesome. I try to put things into perspective of something in music where you can find something to drive to, something to dance to, something to romance to, and then there's things I call gym music, and you know about gym,
Yeah.
gym music, stuff you can put on the headphones and just absolutely pull the adrenaline out of you, big time. Talk to us a little bit about Dark Horizon, the song, that EP, because it's a perfect EP of hard rock and metal music.
Yeah, well, I think when we went into writing that, and crazy enough, we went into writing that, I believe, in 2019.
Wow.
So we were getting ready to do it, and that's when COVID dropped and kind of really put a big stop on almost everything we're doing just as we got in the studio. So we were kind of doing, our producer at the time, he was off tour because he plays in a major band, and then also with COVID being there, he's distant. So we were doing things like via the internet, trying to like figure out songs till we get down there tracking. And the process of writing that EP, for me, took a lot out of me, honestly, because I always think I'm never going to be able to write anything better as a guitar player, and you know what I mean. And then I will just say this: like when you hear what we're working with now, when it comes out, it's going to hit you really hard. Like it's, But back to the Dark Horizon EP, every song has its own energy, and that's what Life After Last goes into every song that we start writing. Is we want the same vibe, but almost like a different kind of energy to the song. Like, you might get Dark Horizon and you might Great Escape, and there's other songs in there you didn't play, like, Into the Gray, which is like just like that. You want a gym song, there you go, turn on Into the Gray. You know what I mean? You want to get really pumped, you just throw that on. We had a lot of fun making it. We were very happy. That was actually the first time we performed it at the Goblet that day. So we released it in 2023. We actually wrote it in 2020, and we just were able to play those songs on that show, actually. So it was a really good relief, I think, for me and my other guitar player Brian, like finally get those songs like out that we worked on and put effort into. And then the people that we work with, like our producer Chris Davis, he plays in the Ghost Inside, and we had Jeff Dunn, who's done bands like Disturbed, Motionless in White. He mixed and mastered it. That's why it sounds so good.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, we love that EP, man. We put a lot into that. It was good to really play it out live. That a few weeks, like a couple months ago now, man. If time goes by quick.
I know, right?
Next few months. So
I agree. And, you got a great cheering section, which we love. A lot of people jumping in the comments, man, and sending some love and shout outs your way, which is super cool. Like I said, that's one of the things that makes it grow. And you told me before that show at Goblet, because like I said, I'd never seen you play live before that show. You're like, dude, wait till you see what we do. And I'm like, okay, every band says that. And then right off the bat, man, I start shaking the glass in my hand because I'm stoked. It's friggin' cool, man. When you get on stage like that, are there any nerves still, or are you just kind of cool and just go and let it rip?
I think that showed us probably a lot of nerves because the first time I was on a stage since like 2019.
Yeah.
So to like not understand how people are going to respond to the EP live, to how we're going to pull it off. You know what I mean? We were dealt with a couple hands. Like we had to, we had a couple people fill in vocally for that show. Obviously, it's probably the difference from the video. So he's been, we had to have a couple of people filling because we didn't have a set vocalist. We do have a set vocalist now that we're going to drop probably in the next couple of days. All his information. His name's Nick. Really, really great vocalist, man. Works really hard for us. Really passionate about what we're doing. Really stepped it up on the new songs, as you'll hear probably in the next, I would hope in the next month, we'll probably be dropping the news about that once we get some word back, probably sometime in February, with a video, of course, as well for that song that we recently shot about a week and a half ago now. We shot a music video for that one too.
Can't wait. And you've been hyping it up great. And it's funny because you say you're not really the electronics guy, but you've been doing a great job of kind of giving me a stand in anticipation, a little taste, a little excitement of what's coming up. Can you give us a little hint of what we're in for? Is it different from what you've done? I know you said vocally it might be a little different. How different is it from some of your past stuff?
I think it's more refined. I think now. I think we were just getting into what we wanted to do. And recently, these two other songs that are coming out, there's more technicality in those ones. And then we just wrote a whole bunch of songs that we've just gotten to demo pre-pro form that is different from those songs. And those I'm excited about too as well, because it's just a difference from the next two songs you're going to hear to the next probably 4 or 5 you're going to see a big jump in maturity, I feel, and refinement in our riffs and just the music as whole, vocally, production wise. We got a lot of good people working on that stuff too, man. So we're really excited for this year to get play more consistent shows. Obviously, we're hoping, we're hoping shooting for April, May again. But like I said, we're taking our time to make sure everything's like right where it needs to be. We just don't want to run out and play and not be set up correctly.
Makes sense. And there's really no problem with that. I know like bands say, yeah, we're not getting any younger and we want to keep pushing it, but there's nothing wrong with coming in correct. And I love your approach to it. And you've said that a few times. This young lady I know you know well said the new songs fucking hit. And I'm psyched for them. I really am. I can't wait, man. Like I said, I started really falling in love with this stuff I got on Dark Horizon. You would promise me I'd love it. I absolutely do. So the writing of it, I know you're very much involved with the band. You have a new singer, etc. Who handles the writing? Is it a group thing, or do you come up with an idea and present it? How's it work out creating songs?
So me and the other guitar player, Brian, we wrote. The good thing about us is we kind of write two different unique styles. So it kind of complements each other in a lot of ways, where I am like the really like in your face kind of guy. Like, you know what I mean? I'm very,
no, not you.
Yeah, right. And then Brian just writes in a really cool way that I can't write, man. I can't explain it. It's like almost like Deftone, ambient type, heavy,
nice.
That kind of heavy vibe. I'm not talking about like breakdown, but when some of the stuff that he writes sometimes, man, I'm just in awe about it. Cause I'm like, man, I can't do that. My brain's not operated to be like nice and you know what I mean? I'm just like there to like throw down. Every riff I write, it's like throw down. Who's gonna pit? Who's gonna jump around? Who's gonna bang their head? And then Brian just pulls me right back, and it's like, okay, well, he has that style. And I think that's what we're coming into that now. Actually, you're gonna see that more now than you will from the past EP. I feel.
You got to keep in mind, somewhere out there's a podcast that Brian's probably doing, and he says, man, Rob is like, gives you that in your face thinking, I can't do that. So it's awesome to have those different styles and different guys doing different things. It makes for, I hate to keep saying perfect, people say don't say perfect, but to me, perfect hard rock and metal music. I think you guys do a great job from, like I said, in your face, a little bit of that Deftones kind of darker fantasy sound, to okay, let's take a moment and get jacked up, to attacking again. It's great stuff.
Yeah, man. I mean, you kind of said it perfectly well. I mean, and that's what we're trying to do, especially on the next like batch of songs. We have a number of songs in our head that we're going to release this year. It's going to be pretty high because we really just want to just start pumping music out from being so drawn back the last couple of years. And I feel like you're really going to see a different side and see exactly how I'm explaining it now. I think you're going to see that more as these songs get released, how they just come, as my friend Drew would say, catch and release. You know what I mean? He said, we got to catch them, we got to release them. So, it's kind of like, that's what we're really trying to refine our sound to now. So it's good for everybody who's into all kinds of metal. We could go really fast and heavy, and then we can hit you with a really cool melodic part. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to really we want to grab everybody and take everybody for the ride, more or less. We don't want anybody coming to our show feeling like, oh, they just do this too much, and it's like every song sounds the same. We want every song to have its own story and own energy and vibe, basically.
That's really great. It's a great approach. And the fact that you said that right there, because you'll get some artists that are like, if the fans are going to come see us, they're going to get what we're giving. You want them to experience lots of different things. It's a big difference. It's actually a huge difference for the band to say, hey, if you're coming, I want you to get a piece of everything.
Yeah, I mean, basically, right? I mean, how many shows have you been to where the band, everything? I mean, band has its sound, right, and has its name, but we've all been to shows where, like, after you hear 10 songs the same, you kind of lose like interest. Don't get me twisted. I mean, don't get it twisted. I mean, we're a heavy band. I mean, that's what we do. We're in that metalcore realm, but we also don't want to put ourselves in a box either. That's why we generally say metal. People might call us more metalcore, I guess, because of our style and how we do things. But we really, like I said, I keep talking about these new songs. I'm hyping them up because you didn't hear them yet, but I know what they sound like, and I know what we're capable of, and what's been happening behind the scenes right now. And I just feel like that's where we're going with things. It's just a really good ebb and flow up and down of everything that we're doing musically. And we're hoping, we can get people to, like I said, take the ride with us a little bit.
It's pretty cool. I love the approach, and the thing that I'm looking at, and yeah, nothing worse than the same sounding song played 6 times in a row. I agree, and that's like I said. When I saw Rod's band, he said, "Get ready for what we do." Yeah, there's a lot of mix up, and then, like other bands that talk about Sixth Century, Lives Lost, there's different sounds.
Hmm.
You know what I mean, in their style, and I think it's really a great thing. So you also do on the side to do fitness and training, and you keep yourself in good shape, and you've been doing great things with other people. Of course, we're talking about the music, but I want to know how that kind of helps you along on stage. You got to have like timeless energy on stage, being in the fitness. You must just get out there and be like, okay, give me 2-3 hours, let's just go.
It's funny. It's funny when you say that. When I got on stage the last time, I looked at my other guitar player, and Brian does a lot of cardio all the time. And I said, "Oh my God, dude, I'm too heavy to be on the stage right now. I got to lose some weight." Like I felt like jumping around from when I did it back in my younger years. Obviously, when I was lighter, I could hop all around. Like when me and John played. That's Brian. Yeah, when we had played with John and John was 13, we used to be like, all over the stage. Now I feel we're at that movement where it's just like, okay, we can bang a little bit. And you wake up the next morning, and no matter how many weights I lift, my neck and my back are still destroyed. So, you know what I mean? It does play an aspect though, for sure, in a lot of ways. But I just think being on stage is just a complete adrenaline thing that you have to learn how to control. And I think that hypeness of getting out on stage is like, yeah, you're right. 2 songs. I was like, oh my God, can we get a break?
We'll be back.
Yeah.
Awesome. Who are some of your influences? There's so many bands around, and whether it be local or throughout the world, who are some of the bands that you kind of grew up loving and idolize and kind of inspire your music?
I mean, obviously I grew up, a big reason why I started playing guitar is because of Metallica, like everybody else, right? Anybody as my singer Nick would call me a boomer now. That's what he's been calling.
It's a great shirt, by the way.
Yeah. I would say, Metallica's there, but like Life After Last is for the way I write, at least, is more based off of bands like Parkway Drive, like Wage War, Ghost Inside.
Nice.
Stuff like that. I listen to a lot of that style of metalcore. Architects obviously is a really big influence, and but I listen to Deftones. I listen to a lot of different things. I try to grab a little bit of influence from all over though too, right? I don't just I listen to like Breaking Benjamin. I listen to like rock bands too now. I think I'm not as gatekeeping as I was in my youth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go hard or go home. Like, oh, you like that band? I'm like, oh God, yeah, right, dude. Never. You know what I mean? Like, me and my brother used to fight over Metallica and Megadeth when I was a kid. I remember
wow.
He was a Megadeth fan and I was a Metallica fan, and I'd be like fighting over that. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think though your influences change as you get a little bit older. But like for me, like writing wise, like I said, that's just how I write. When I pick up a guitar, it just has to hit hard every time I write something.
I like that. There's nothing wrong with, like I said, going big every time. And even kind of, and I use this phrase, impress yourself. Do you find yourself when you're making new music, like impressing yourself? Like, damn, dude, that's good. That's a new level for us. How often does that happen for you?
So I think I actually just had this conversation with somebody. I think it wasn't until recently, in the last couple of weeks, when I started putting together other songs, that I finally felt like, oh my God, like these songs are good. Not like I felt like they were good. I mentioned to somebody on the phone today. I said, listen, if these songs that I'm working on now, they don't take us somewhere, I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm like, I think I'm just starting to feel a lot more confident in things where I didn't feel like I was always the kind of guy who carried around like not negativity about myself, but I was very humble about everything I do. So for me, I was just like, oh, it's not good enough. This ain't good enough. I'll trash this riff. Oh, it's not good enough. And then, you start writing a new song, and it's from a riff I wrote like, he's my wife. Yeah. I'll write a riff now. And then when I can actually apply it to something, I sit back and take it in as a whole. And I try not to compare myself to anybody else like I used to, right? Like when you're an unsigned act, you're just looking at all your bigger acts. You're like, dude, man, how did Parkway Drive right there? Or how did Metallica come up with that riff? Or how did Deftones write that ambient thing? trust me, they're doing the same thing that we're doing. When they're in a studio or they're down here, they're probably writing stuff going, this is horrible. They're like, oh my God, nobody's going to like this. Like, but I've been trying to personally just take myself, and this is in all aspects of my life as of like October of last year. I try to have a positive outlook on everything I do. Like, I go into writing now, like happy writing, not like this is going to be bad. I'm like, and ever since then, the last like week or so, or 2 weeks actually, everything that ideas I'm coming out with is just like slang right now in my brain. And I feel like I'm on a roll a little bit. So, you know, I'm happy with the process of how I'm writing. And even Brian's written a lot of like really cool stuff that like he sent me over something a couple of days ago. And I checked it out again today because sometimes I'll take a break from hearing it so I can get a different perspective from it. And it was really awesome too. And I was like, I asked him, I was like, is this done yet? And he's like, I still got to work on it. I was like, all right. I was like, you know, but I feel like we're getting really excited about how we're writing too as a band too right now.
That's pretty awesome. And, you know, I look and, you know, you look at comment sections, of course, you see your wife Andrea out there with a lot of great comments. And you two are like a great team, great support system for one another. How essential is that? Because my wife really started getting into what I do here, and she started playing bass just from watching musicians and going to shows. It's very important to have that support. How big is it to have somebody just believe in you that much that's right there?
Well, there actually is a story about my wife. So my wife is actually the one who got me back into playing.
Wow. Thank you.
So, and this is before she was my wife, actually. I kind of went through a situation in my life where I was just done with a lot of things. And honestly, Jeff, I didn't play guitar until I started forming Life After Last. I quit for 10 years. So
wow.
I stopped playing altogether. I sold all my stuff like 10 years prior because I started doing the personal training.
Sure.
And I just was like, I kind of got over music when I was younger. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm done with this. I'm never going to take this anywhere anyway. Now I'm just going to focus on my business. And one day she bought a guitar for me, showed up. She's like, here you go. She's like, I think you need to do something. And she was just my friend at the time too. And I was like, I can't play guitar anymore. You know what I mean? And she's like, well, and then I had my old school laptop. And back then, I didn't have an interface or a DAW or anything. I just had like a Line 6 pod I could plug into and record riffs. That's how I used to record all my riffs. And I started writing stuff. And then eventually we got together with a bunch of my older friends and we were like, let's start a new band then. And that's what we did. And I got back into playing guitar after 10 years being off. So I didn't, like I said, so when you ask me that question, that means everything, honestly, because I mean, she understands that the band will take time away from her and she lets me do it. So like if I tell her I got to go to rehearsal for 3 or 4 hours, or if we need to go to shows together, she will be there. She doesn't, awesome. You know, she needs to sell like, you know, even Brian's girlfriend, everybody in the band, significant other is 100% on board with everything we do. They support us. They cheer us on. They sell our merch for us. You know, they promote us on their Instagrams. They go above and beyond. Not one of them is like a downer about what we do as a band.
That's clutch. And thank you to the ladies, of course, and thank you to everybody in the band because it does make a difference. And like I said, when it becomes like a family and everybody's involved and everybody wants a piece of it, it's a great drive. And you know, you said you put it down for a few years, and I look at guys like we mentioned St. Ricketts, and they had drumming done by the drummer from Tool. He did drums on their last track. They put the album out. And then I said, how about a show? And they're like, no, we're done. Can you imagine like ever just wiping it out? Especially if they're doing such a great project. Shout out to them guys. I love them. Project's great. But can you ever imagine putting something out like that and be like, okay, that's it? So
I talked to John a lot. And he sent me the album before it was ever sent out, obviously. And I remember when he sent it to me, I was like, bro, it's like, you guys want to play out?
Right.
This is the kind of rock I want to hear, man. And I think they have a goal. And I'm not. I love Johnny. Johnny will tell you, dude. That's my bro, man. We grew up in the scene for 20 years. Played tons of shows together. Hung out all the time, dude. Had a great time. Always pushed each other on stage. And that band, man, has something there. And I wish maybe we could talk them into it, man. Maybe we could talk them into getting back. I told him, like, dude, I'll find you a drummer, bro.
Right?
Like, you guys got to play a show, man. I was like, you got to get back on stage again. I would love for him to do it. I actually haven't talked to him about it in a while. I'm going to have to text him probably tomorrow and say, yo, what are you doing? So, you know, I think maybe for him, it was just closure on saying he could do an album and he had that done. You know, how life takes over, man, when you get older. when we were super, super, super young, and we had
Yeah.
time to play all these. Like that's why, like even for like us, that's why like as a band, we always say like we're not trying to say act like we're big, but it's like we can. It only makes sense for us to kind of play meaningful shows and not play every weekend because
Sure.
we're all traveling. There's an expense now drawn. There's a sacrifice of family, your significant other, your work. Maybe somebody has to take off of work. And, I'd rather, like I said, like play a show out in at Love Drafts and have 200 people there than me driving all over, to whatever, Jerry Bar, like I used to when I was in my 20s, just to play. I just wanted to play when I was younger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Dude, I don't care if we'll play for the bands, man. Let's go. Let's like live practice. You know what I mean? We'll just
Who played for the bartenders? There.
well, that's what we did most of the time, right? Like you have to, like unless we played the skate park, like when I was in our band when 13 was around, it was called From Nothing, and whenever we played, we would play like a skate park show or we get a Troc show every once in a while. Or we get a TLA show. Back then, they let the locals open up for signed bands, so it was really cool back then. You know what I mean? Like you got to play those really good shows, but then you'd have a boatload of shows where you're driving and you're playing in front of your girlfriends and like you know what I mean, like it's kind of like at the point and who knows man, like who knows, maybe I can get him out of retirement. I gotta keep getting in his ear a little bit, because he's probably one of the best guitar players I know. I tell him that all the time. I'm like, dude, you're too talented, man.
I will I'll keep sticking in my ear too because I love Tom, I love John,
I love Tom too, man.
And I love Eric.
Eric's a great guy too. Yeah.
And I actually had a female drummer, shout out to Rain Sparkles, and she took some time off and had some surgery, etc. She came back and said, look, I'm kind of looking for a band. And I reached out to John and Tom, like, how about a female? Like, if she can carry our tunes, let's do it. And before she got to rehearse, she had another injury, and the guys were like, we're slowing down anyway. So it kind of never came, but you and me together, dude, let's push them. Let's get these guys back out there. Let's get
it's on the checklist, brother. I got your back.
All right. I think a show with you guys and them and pick some of these other bands from there would be absolutely killer.
That's the last two, man. We want to play with everybody. We don't because we're a metal band. We don't want to play. I think diversity in shows are great. You know what I mean? Like I even talking to like Tanis about that kind of stuff, and I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm like, they're like more post-hardcore with some metalcore vibes in there, but they're different. It's like we want to play with everybody, man, because I feel like that's how you build a good scene, right? You get to hear different music every show. You get to hear different, vibes from every band, and then that's how I'm hoping once we get rolling. That's one of my top things is to really start to go out and see all these bands play constantly. Like I want to be a part of the scene again, like people used to do for me when I was like younger too. And I want to try to build that community again, which I feel, at least in Philadelphia, man. I mean, I've been so far gone from it, but I never hear about like a boatload of bands that are still doing a lot of things anymore. You know what I mean?
I agree. And, a side note, and I'm never one to promote or talk anything, but I saw Tanis this past weekend up in Harrisburg with Defiant and some other bands. And Adam from Lives Lost is taking a break. I don't know if it's a permanent break or etc. Maybe if John or Tom don't want to do St. Ricketts, maybe we push them Tanis's way and kind of add them to the band, man, and keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, they're talented guys, man. They could play for a lot of people, man. But you know how some people are, man. They just kind of stick to one thing, and change scares them, especially when you're older. Change scares you. You're like, I'm used to this person. You know what I mean? I don't know if this person can take my personality or anything. You know what I'm saying? So.
It is a lot. I hear it a lot from the bands that come on that, one little thing can change it all. And I give credit to bands that stick together. And I know, like I said, you tried the change singers. You wanted clean, you wanted the growl, etc. So you got a little bit of both going on. Is there a preference? What do you like more? Is it all just the same as long as a guy can bring it?
I think as I
got older, guy or girl, don't we?
I think as I gotten older now, I've always been more like if you want to talk about my early like kind of like bands I used to listen to I was like a new metal head, so I liked like Machine Head and El Nino and Revly, and I grew up Soulfly, like those old school. So I've always liked these singing and screaming type stuff, even like bands like I'm talking about, even like Day to Remember, that's huge. And I can't think off the top of my head, but there's so many bands out there now that kind of have dual vocals. And I kind of feel like it's almost, unless you're like a Knock Loose who really stands the hell out, you just scream the whole time and people will dig that. like personally for me, I like the change a little bit. I think
Yes.
it gives the emotion of, different pulls of the song. I mean, sometimes I feel like you can scream through like a good song, like like one of my favorite bands, Ghost Inside. They, as of recently, actually now they sing a lot more, and I think it's just because that's where metal is going a little bit, right? And you got this whole new wave of like females taking over metal. Like there's female singer in every band now, as opposed to back in the day. There wasn't that many at all.
Right, like none.
I mean, if you're talking like years and years ago, but now you got like all these other bands that are out now, and it's like the new female waves. Like a lot of female vocalists are coming up too. So I preferably like to do a little bit of both personally.
I enjoy that. And a band that you may have heard of that I'll definitely shout out, one of our good friends, Strange Culture. The lead singer, Nick, does more of the clean stuff. The drummer, Noah, does the growling. And it's a great mix. They take turns kind of putting in a different sound. And that's exactly what I like from your band. And I hear and I see that. And I love that approach. Like I said, a little something for everybody. When you come see us, you're going to get a little bit of everything. You're going to embrace it. And it's fucking great, Robert. It really is, man. Before we go, I'm going to ask, what's next for Life After Last? What's the next plan up and coming for you guys?
So, I mean, basically, we're just doing a ton of new material. Like I said, we plan on releasing a lot of songs this year. We definitely plan on playing live a lot this year. We're just kind of getting ready to, like I said, tighten up our live sound like real soon. But in between life and recording and trying to do videos, like to try to get together as a unit, because like I said, all the members live in different areas, so it's not like it used to be back in the day when a lot of us lived on the same street around the corner, to where
we're in the same house.
Yeah, or didn't have kids or anything, you know what I mean? So everything is like a structured plan. So like we have a timeline. Like I said, like if I mean, I'm not going on record saying this, but I think our goal is kind of by April, May to be out there playing shows, but there will be songs released pretty like currently, like every 8 weeks, hopefully. Once the first release drops, there will keep being more releases. So we just want to get our music back out there and be more like prominent in the scene again. Because like I said, after we released the Dark Horizon, once we released the Dark Horizon, we kind of did 5 songs and then we didn't have anything. Like we kind of just went after. It was like probably we released Major Choice not this December, or the following December, or Watch This Fall, or one of those songs. It was the last song that we could release off the EP, and we just after that, that's when we had to we found Nick, the new vocalist, who's the new vocalist now. We got two songs are done now, so we're starting to move now. Though we're going to keep going. Yes, we're going to be relentless. Exactly, a good way to put it, Brian. That's what the plan is. So you're going to be seeing a lot of us, and we're going to be probably annoying your social medias like every week promoting, and hopefully we get everybody else to like help push us so we can have some big shows out in Philadelphia, because we really want to make Philadelphia a home for metal and especially original music. I mean, I'm down for some cover bands too, but I feel we want to be a driving force in the city. That's what we want. We want everybody to hear about us, hear about our shows, and start coming out. Like I said, we're just going to keep pumping music and videos out like very, very consistent now, coming up very soon.
Freaking awesome. And like I said, I've got bands I can, put in your lap whenever you're ready. Let me know, say, who do you got? Bands I can share the stage with you, like awesome bands like Harkin, who's incredible in this area, and like I said, Strange Culture. Bands that can really help you guys put together like a terrific show, not just, hey, we need bands, let's just get anybody, but bands that are legit going to come out and complement what you guys do, Life After Last. I fucking love it, dude. And I'm so happy we finally got this opportunity to chat. I've been looking forward to it, man, for a long time. Sure. Yeah, and I know you're a great dude, and I really enjoy it. Everybody out there, you can find Life After Last right now. Go on Facebook. They got a Facebook page, Life After Last. Instagram, Life_after_last. www.lifeafterlast.com. Check out the website. Keep up with these guys. Your music is on Apple Music. I know because I got all loaded here. Spotify, much more new music coming soon by like April. Not for nothing, my birthday's in April. So, put out the album, a little signed copy for Jeff. I've been loving it, man.
For sure, man. We'll have to do this again. I'll get all the other crew on here. I'll get the whole band on here. Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, Brian. We'll get Jeff to run this summer show. We'll start running our own little festivals.
I love it. Real quick, Rob, that has been my talk for the last couple of years. I work with a couple of promoters in the area, and I always say, look, a farm or an outdoor venue, Constad or somebody who would have something outside that in the spring, tons of bands get together, play some sets, some food, some beer, some vendors, a giant party. I'm all about it. You guys would definitely be on that list. Yeah, man, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about, and whatever help you can give and I can give, let's make it happen.
Well, we'll chat, man. Outside of here, we'll see what we can start putting together because, like, that's like a really great idea. Like to get a whole bunch of like the bands in this area and even some from out of the area. Like I'm not the subject like saying just Philadelphia because, like I said, there's a lot of bands in different areas of PA that are really good that I feel need to be heard by people as well. And we would like obviously to be heard out there, in their neck of the woods as well because. Like I said, it's there's so much now to consume that it's so hard to fit that. You're like a needle in a haystack now. You know what I mean? I go back to being at shows handing out CDs.
Right?
You know what I mean? I used to be outside Machine Head and El Nino, and then later on I come out and they'd be on the floor. I'm like, oh my God, this is the saddest day ever. Yeah, Philly stock 20.
Maybe might have to think about 2026 by the time you zone this and find a spot and get it all together. But no, I'm down for that. I would love to see a bunch of you get together because there's so many of you doing great work. You said the word that always comes out of my mouth. It's not a competition. It's not. There's plenty of room for everybody. And we say it's a community. Make it a freaking community, man. Everybody get together, do their thing. Rob, man, if I have to go to work tomorrow, I'd probably sit here at about 5 a.m. talking music and all this shit with you. But we're going to let you go. We're going to play a couple more songs from your band. I thank you so much for coming on, dude. Absolutely. I've looked forward to this for a long time. And thank you to everybody in the comments section coming out for Rob. Stick around because we're going to play some of their music. Rob, we'll talk soon, man. Thank you so much for coming on. Yeah. Have a great night. Rob Harris. Everybody gets a big round of applause for me. Life After Last. I'm going to leave the scroll down the bottom so you know where to find these guys. I'm going to take Rob off the screen here. Nice job indeed. He was great. Thank you. Life After Last. Let's get another song coming on here. Load it up. We're going to go with Into the Gray because this is one that I was told will be my future gym music by Rob himself. Into the Gray, Life After Last, of their 2023 EP. Check it out now right here on the Yo Show live Tuesday night. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. Big thanks, Rob Harris. We'll be right back. There she is. You know, Rob never lets me down. He promised me, so wait till you check out Into the Gray. And I tell you what, man, you got to be like my new ear, dude. You got to get in my ear and do it. Andrea saw you in the video. Great job. And I tell you what, the one thing I love more than awesome bands is when they have a great female following, especially metal bands like that. And I love the females get into metal. My wife is starting to become a metal fan. I don't know how I did it. Somehow I did it. And the other day we're in the car and she's like, put on some Slayer. And I'm like, what? She said, yeah, give me a little Slayer. I love it. Ladies, love the metal music. Love the talents. Love the band. Speaking of, there she is in the house, Cassie Perini. Good evening. Our bass learning, slowly becoming metal and hard rock fan in the house. We always talk about great support. Talk about Adrian and Rob. Talk about the ladies that do the work for these bands. My wife, of course, super supportive. Enjoys what we're doing here. Tuesdays and Wednesday nights on the Yo Show. Of course, Wednesday night, we are back tomorrow night. We talk about 6th Century. Their former drummer, Brady Hearn, will be in the house to talk about his brand new project. And tonight, Life After Last, just great stuff. And Rob was super cool. We've been talking about this for a while back, and Rob's like, yeah, let me get on the show. And like I say, he took a little break. Once his break came back, we met again. He's like, all right, let's find some time to get on the show. He said, maybe a little bit down the line when our new stuff is close. Their new stuff is now close. He was out here tonight. Great time, of course. Great time for so much. We said great weekend. We've seen our Eagles win. We had an awesome show up there at Harrisburg. We got Tuesday night with Rob and Wednesday night with Brady. A lot of great stuff happening, and we do it here at the Yo Show. And I appreciate the kind words. There were a lot of kind words given to me over the weekend. A lot of respect. A lot of people saying, we love what you do. And remember, this is like kind of started as a hobby for me. And it was kind of sidetracked, like my wife said. Didn't really have direction. We had different kind of celebrities come on. And then Jewel Tatey, when she came around, said, look, let's honor, and let's follow and pursue the PA scene. And I'm like, why not? You know what I mean? Absolutely, why not? New music coming soon. It's going to be sick. And I'm going to be sharing it when it comes out on my social media too, because we need it, man. We need Life After Last in our lives. Let's play another. Let's keep going with some music. If you're out there, let's hang tight with some more music. Let's go with Watch Us Fall. Why not? Life After Last. Tonight's guest, Mr. Rob Harris and company. I'm going to play this one here. Whoops. Did I? Watch Us Fall. 3 minutes, 22 seconds. We'll play it. We'll come back. Another topic or two to discuss. And then we're going to talk about what's coming up on the program. Some great names. Stick around. Life After Last. Watch Us Fall. We'll be back. Yo Show Live. Tuesday night. Yep.
Place where we belong. destruction. This is the end. Now flip the switch. Shut them down. Shut down the system of complete control. Binary minds and binary lies. You stand and watch us fall. Watch us at the edge and now we see where it went wrong. You stand and watch us fall. The only thing we ever wanted was a place where we belong. You stand and watch us fall. Watch us at the edge and now we see where it went wrong. You stand and watch us fall. The only thing we ever wanted was a place where we belong.
Holy shit, man. Whew. Life After Last, Watch Us Fall. Awesome. Rob Harris and the gang. Thank you, fellas. And thank you to the band for coming into the comment section and sharing some stuff along with Rob. Rob Harris, of course, the awesome guitar player. I'm looking at my computer here, and I see it's 14 degrees out. I've got the heater here, the hoodie, and I'm cold, man. Socks on and all. It's been cold. Bundle up out there. It's supposed to be a rough next couple days. You gotta play the Made Their Choice video. That one's, I think that's what I got loaded up last. I think it's the video. It looks like an official video. We're going to be playing that in a few minutes. No doubt about that one. Going to talk about real quick who's coming up on the program before we play more music from Life After Last. And we got some great stuff coming up. Remind you, tomorrow night, 22nd, Brady Hearn, the awesome drummer, will be on the program. January 28th, another great band that Rob and company need to check out and get them to some shows. Lady White Rat, fantastic band with a brand new album coming out. That's out now. They'll be with us January 28th. February 4th, we change up a little bit. We go with one of the best pool players in the world who will be heading to the World Championships, our good local dude from Bucks County here, Steve Markle, February 4th. February 5th, the band Good Damage. February 11th, we do something for the ladies as our pre-Valentine's Day thing. Becca Slider, who is a motivational speaker and a women's advocate for all kind of great power, strength, and everything female. She's awesome. February 11th, can't wait to talk to her. February 18th, we just announced our good friend Chris Greiner and Just Chris. Remember, he's playing tomorrow night at the Sweeney's Battle of the Bands. He'll be here February 18th with his new project to talk about Just Chris and Co. February 25th, the dudes from the Circus Hearts will be here as they get ready to talk about their show coming up the end of the month, the end of February at Harrah's. March 4th, the band Gradients. March 11th, three of my favorite dudes, Smother Nature, another great band on the program. And this one we just locked into the other day. Very hot band right now, the New York band Undefeated will be joining us March 25th. We got tons of stuff coming up. And somebody I'm supposed to reach out to April, that if I could land this thing for April, just blow you away. My birthday's in April too, so maybe that'll help. Maybe it'll help Rob decide their next show too. My birthday is in April. Broken Goblet. Big show. Life After Last and some bands. Just sticking it out there, Rob. 9:22. Why not play one more song? We're talking about who's coming on the program. Let's play one more. Life After Last. Made Their Choice. A Rob selection again. Whoops. Started that too soon. If Rob says it, I'm doing it. The man knows what I like and what I need to hear. Our last one tonight from Life After Last. Made Their Choice. 3 minutes and 15 seconds long. We will check it out. We'll be back shortly here Tuesday Night Live. An awesome night of the Yo Show. Enjoy. The band is Life After Last. The song's made their choice. Official video. Great choice from my man Rob Harris. He said you got to get it out there. You're going to love it. Sure as hell did. A little bit of everything for you there. Great hard rock, metal, slashing, you name it. It friggin' has it. Let's go indeed, Rob. A fantastic evening of your band and your songs. I'm geeked, man. I'm absolutely friggin' geeked. Dark Horizon is the EP, and new music is coming out April, May, roughly. Now, you know what? I've got my gym music, and I got to do it, dude. I got to do it. To stick around here, to be sitting here doing this at like 100 years old with new bands. Yeah, man, that's, it gets me pumped. Great stuff. Like I said, it's all in my phone here. I got it all loaded. Hey, look, there I am. Got it all loaded up. All your stuff. Can't wait for the new shit, man. Can't wait to see you out and about, whether it's you playing or just at a show or anywhere, man. Let's make it relevant. You know, people talk about COVID now, flu A and this, that, and the other stuff. Get out of the house. Get out on the weekends, man. Live your life. I learned that. Like, people are like, oh, man, you're getting older yet. You go out to these music shows and all that. Yeah, man, you got to. You got to live your life. You got to get out and have fun. My wife and I said we went to Harrisburg, and she's like, you know, this is like some of my favorite times. We're just us. And we meet new people, and we get into the scene. And, like, we had, like, Dunkin' Donuts coffee on the way home. And we sang some songs together. And she took a little nap on the ride. And then we came home. We watched the Eagles game. And then yesterday we were off and went to Metro Diner. Just live, man. It's not that hard. You might actually like it. You might love it. People are like, oh, man, you in that music scene. Yeah, you're goddamn right. It's going to be all you in this music scene because this community is being built. The same way you all ran to that Delco movie. And shout out to the Delco movie, by the way. And my man Mike Nappy, who had music in that movie. But just like that movie, do this with music. Let's just make this an area that bursts with talent. You know what I mean? In all aspects, be it movies or artists like painters and sculptors to musicians. Let's make this area a place that pops. And hopefully, like I said, our birds come in the Super Bowl and we get more recognition around here. Don't forget, right after the program, man, get on to Find Life After Last. If you're watching live or recorded, whatever, Facebook, Life After Last, Instagram, life_after_last, www.lifeafterlast.com. And music is on Apple, Spotify, and more. Wherever you download stuff. YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube so you get the notification when it comes up. Because like I said, new music's coming out and you're going to want to be ready for it. I'm going to share it, but it's coming. And we need you all to be ready. Whew. Hot damn. We have guests on here and I gush about the guests, but I don't think I have gushed probably like an hour and a half straight for many of the bands like I've done tonight. Sorry, guys. I love you all, but man, bringing it tonight. Great stuff. We talked about the NFL playoffs, of course. We talked about the Eagles and what they got coming up. We go from one great sport to another, and kind of sad news. Mike Tyson's wife said that his fighting career is absolutely over after that last rough outing with Jake Paul. Jake Paul. Oh, I think Logan Paul. I can't get him straight. But anyway, she said absolutely no more, whether it's charity, whether it's professional, etc. Mike Tyson's wife saying his boxing career is over. And when you talk about one of the best, and you know, there's every once in a while, there's people in different things, sports, music, etc., that kind of redefine what we're watching and redefine and change what we've ever seen. And that's what Mike Tyson did in his run. Some of the legendary names that I remember, guys like Larry Holmes and etc. Like this guy came in, took the old school, wiped them out. Bone Crusher Smith, guys like that. Came in and wiped them out. And made his way to the new era, guys like Lennox Lewis and etc., Vander Holyfield. But he took that old generation of boxing and just overwhelmed it with power and speed. And early on, I was never a Tyson guy. And when Buster Douglas beat him, I was happy because he was just that good. He was just overpowering it. It was just like everything he wanted to do, he did. And I'm like, man, it's too easy for this guy. Somebody's got to beat this guy. And now do you look, you say, man, somebody finally beat that guy. And he kind of beat himself a little bit, too, with some of the things that he had going on. But, man, yeah, hats off right now. And we're legends of a lot of the sports. Might be seeing things change. Like I said, Tyson gone, Tiger Woods aging. Alex Ovechkin is about to catch Wayne Gretzky in the goal scoring race all time. Wayne Gretzky, did you ever think that guy wouldn't have records? Ovechkin's on the tail of the goal scoring record. So things change. They're made. They're done awesomely, and then somebody comes around and does it awesome again. The way life goes, man, but we're here for it, and that's why we continue to root for different people. Shout out to the Ohio State Buckeyes, who won the national championship last night in college football with really a great game against Notre Dame. What a finish. With both teams, you're used to seeing teams run, throw short little things, trying to get creative and cute with plays. Not this game. Notre Dame came back with this bomb of a touchdown, beautifully thrown football. And I'm like, man, this team's going to get back in this game. This is unbelievable. Notre Dame is fighting back into this game. By the way, not a Notre Dame fan at all. It's well known. And they threw that bomb for the touchdown. And then back comes Ohio State. And again, they run the ball a little bit, trying to kill some clock. And then throws a bomb of their own to get in position to kick the field goal that, of course, gave them enough distance to win this game. And I'm telling you, man, people say, fixed, scripted, whatever. Well, if it's scripted or fixed, whatever, you did a perfect job because that was an awesome national championship game last night. Congratulations, Ohio State. I know being a Penn State guy, I'm told it's a no-no. Notre Dame has a pass with me, and if you know me, you know the pass, you know the reason why. Congratulations, Ohio State. And like I said, with the way the NFL playoffs have been played lately, games going down to the wire. That Eagles game went down to the last drive. Bills game went down to that 2-point conversion. Man, it's exciting. It's a great time to be a sports fan. NHL still in action. NBA is in action. Football, of course, closing in. And that other thing, the Dodgers League. What's that, the Dodgers League? Oh, baseball. I'm sorry. Here's the Dodgers League. That little video of NWO. So it's like everybody's going to the Dodgers. It's boring. So, yeah, man, if you're not a football fan, other people are like, I'm not a football fan. Become a football fan. Especially right now, man. Our Eagles this Sunday, 3 o'clock, Washington Commanders. Let's do it. Whew, I don't know how I got from Mike Tyson away to there. We don't do a lot of politics. We're not going to get too much into sides or anything like that. But we do, of course, want to mention that Donald Trump was inaugurated yesterday as the new president of the United States. We congratulate him. And anybody who follows that way, of course, I know you're happy. Those who follow the other way are not happy. But look, man, long story short, without doing a lot of politics stuff, just like in direct talk, we are all people of the same country. We are friends. We are family, etc. Time has come to kind of lean off of some of that. Time to work together. Strengthen numbers. Man, I really don't care who you voted for, or who you root for. Hell, man, it's not going to fix itself without people getting together and helping it work. You can't just be like, I'm mad, this is my opinion, I won't talk to nobody, and go into a show. Nah, man. Everybody's got to get together. And when Rob talks about what I've been talking about, and with Elena and John Simons and these other bands agree it's a great idea, like a Philly stock, a Philly fest, a Philly festival, outdoor something big with tons of people getting together, man, and joining the community. That's what it's all about. I can tell you, I can have a conversation right now, like I did with Rob. Don't know his side or affiliation. I could probably hold a conversation with 20 more people right now. Talk about sports, food, music, movies, TV, video games, Funko Pops, all this stuff. I could talk about all this stuff and have awesome conversations with, out of 20 people, maybe 18 of them, because there's just some that don't. And if there's 18 and if there's all 20, I would not ask one of their party, belief, voting, etc., and not care about any of them because it's last on the list. Definitely last on the list. Long, short, man, you go to work, you pay your bills, you pay your taxes, you live a good life, you work hard, you do your thing. Look at Rob, man. Rob's got a job, got back into music, working out and all that. It's all work. And I'm not saying people out there don't. People, make their way to their goals, but you got to do that, man. You got to work towards your goals, keep your life afloat, and let's go, America. We're better than this, man. We're like the best freaking country in the world. I love being here. I freaking do. 9:37, as I mentioned, tomorrow night, Brady Hearn on the program, and we love Brady. Great dude. A lot of people love Brady, kind of like a lot of way they love Rob. And I also appreciate, not for nothing, I appreciate a lot of ladies coming in the comment section, including my wife, because we are still at like a 60, I think the last numbers checked, they were 69% men, 69 and some percentage change men, 30% and some change women. Oh, ladies, watch the show. I know I got to get another co-host here. Some people were saying female. Our man Rob from Delco James, like, dude, whenever you need somebody. And we're going to get Rob back here real soon, him and Amanda, because they're a lot of fun. Great people in this community. And I say community, and that's a word. I was just speaking recently with John Simons, of course, who helps people on the Fuge, lining up bands for a February show there. And community is always the word. John throws that out everywhere, in every speech, etc. And I like to do that too. And I've been saying it from day one, that it's community. All right? Everybody working together. And I do want to give a shout out. I didn't make a banner for this, which maybe I should. A shout out to Alana Brokus, who I know watches us from time to time and live or recorded if you catch this. I want to give you a massive thank you because I looked the other day through my Facebook memories and realized it was 2 years ago, yesterday, I think, 2 years ago yesterday, that I got to my first ever Atlanta Future Stars show. We had some bands on the program, but Atlanta really helped me find a lot of them and dig into what the scene was all about, and young bands and up-and-coming bands, etc., which we love to do here as well. And I looked at that, and I'm like, wow, 2 years. And I'm kind of shocked it's only been 2 years. I feel like it's been a long time because so much good stuff has come around. But I check it as I try to check it here real quick. I'm sorry I'm actually scrolling at the same time. But I'm going to get to my page here and find this. And let's see. Go down a little bit of ways here. Little Jeopardy music for the folks at home. There it is. I didn't post it up here, but I'll go down the list. And this was our first Future Stars show with Atlanta ever. I remember going there and just being blown away by what was going on here. It was Nailbite, Crystal Central PA, one of the big metal bands of the area. Sorry, I had a little nose blow there. Nailbite, Steal the Night, who's been on our program and has played at the Fuge. Love those guys. Steal the Night. Ash Milano, Sour Station, who's become like family to us here. Sour Station, been on quite a few times. We love Sour Station. Shout out to Adam. Milo Sky, yes, who we will be seeing this Friday night at the Rusty Nail. Little shout out to Chris allowing me to find bands for you and bring Milo Sky out. Maro Dilo, I'm not really familiar with, and just Chris Greiner, who we talked about, will be on the program coming soon here. And Atlanta, through the great shows, the times, meeting people, conversations, families of all sort, new friends of all sort, all the bands we have met, everybody out there, you know who you are from the stealing societies, to the strange cultures, to Twisted, to Grimjacks and Bryn Athen, and there's so many. God, I'm missing a ton even trying to do this. I got my Crooked Ways hoodie, Rob, and Life After Last. There's just so many great bands out there, and I thank you all for allowing me to be in this community. I always say things like, hey man, what you do is great, and what you do is important to us. I love that. The Yo Show is the name. Driving home, tell your friends. If your friends got bands, say, hey, there's this guy that does this cool little podcast. If you know somebody nationwide who's like, hey, this guy really does something good here, maybe bring him down. Let's do it. If somebody knows somebody at Yingling, don't forget to tell Yingling that these guys use a little sponsorship to help blow things up here. Yingling, America's oldest brewery. Yingling Traditional Lager, original amber beer, DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. 17901 since 1829. America's oldest brewery, Yingling. Sponsor us, bro. Some thumbs up in the section. JD Wolf, my man, you get the thumbs up tonight in the thumbs up section. And my man Eric Edwards, thank you for tuning in, thumbing up, and loving what you're seeing here. Excuse me. As I said, tomorrow night rather, with Brady Hearn. Excited for that. Just saw some sad news. We'll try to avoid some sad news here if we can. Watching somebody, the NFL and NFL fans are some of the funniest people on earth, man. They change their lives at the drop of a hat for people. Tell you what we're gonna do. It's 9:43. We're gonna cut it short tonight. We're gonna go home and rest up, get ready for work tomorrow, get ready for Brady, get ready for all the fun stuff here at the Yo Show. I want to give a massive thanks, and again, Life After Last. Massive thank you to Rob Harris tonight, who was super awesome. Great delivery, great thought process, great chat, and his band Life After Last. Big thank you. Like I said, new music is coming out soon. Rob said April? Question mark? We're going to be here for Find Life After Last. Again, Facebook group page Life After Last. Instagram at life_after_last. The website, www.lifeafterlast.com. New music is on Apple, Spotify, and much more wherever you download music. New stuff coming soon. Thank you to Rob and the gang. Thank you for everybody in the comments section. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with us. And once again, man, giant thanks to my dudes from Defiant, Lives Lost, Light the Lamp, Ruinous. Did I miss anybody? Oh, and, well, Defiant, of course, for not missing them, am I? Ruinous, Lives Lost, Light the Lamp, Defiant, 600, didn't make it. Got it. But thank you again for the opportunity this past weekend, getting out to announce on stage and announce Defiant and announce like they're there for this CD. You know, that kind of stuff, man, means the world to me. I'll have Rob know if they get out there and do something. I like to get out there, man, and announce you guys. Michael Kennedy in the house. My dude, awesome again. Thank you for broadcasting. It is my pleasure, dude. It's my pleasure to bring it to you. I love the fact you watch. I love the last time we got together on the bar. We talked about it a lot. We shared some drinks and talked about what I do here and why I do here. And you kind of lasted up, kind of like interviewing you. I like that. I like to, chat with people and tell them what got me here and find out what brings them here to watch me and what it takes to get them out there, etc. It's awesome stuff, Mike, and you're a great dude. I appreciate it a great deal. We are going to get out of here at 9:45, and I'm going to leave you with the band I just mentioned from this past weekend. It is Defiant. This is Viva La Revolution. It's such a cool song. They rocked it. Don't watch the video that I posted because I am singing in the background and it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. But do come back tomorrow night. Brady Hearn, Yo Show Wednesday night. See if you can find a co-host. Because I know sometimes you like ladies outside of me. Take us home, Defiant. Let's get the hell out of here. Thanks to Rob Harris. Thanks Life After Last. Thanks to the audience. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Yo Show.
Into the dungeon with an evil man. The people is raised and never free.
Go
windows
Birds.
and open your doors. Open your mind to a freedom of thought. Viva la revolution. Viva la revolution. Viva la revolution. Viva la revolution.
Raise the voices, raise the flag, raise the symbols of the life we have. Run with the future, run with the scheme, run with our hopes, run with the dream. Dance in the streets of the carnival, celebrate victory now. Drink the wine from the rich man's cask. This revolution will be the last.
Viva la revolution. Viva la revolution. Viva la revolution. Viva la revolution. And open your doors, open your mind to a freedom of thought.
Dance in the streets of the carnival, celebrate victory now. Drink the wine from the rich man's cask. This revolution